proposal you been buying.
Ready for tonight. Shit, that's be an obvious one, ladies and gentlemen. First game against the Chargers. It's your boy Turf in the building. It is Tuesday, September 16th, 2025. Yeah, these Mondays or Tuesdays are the tough Tuesdays. You know, we had a bad weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I had a bad week. Well, I had asked, it was highs and lows, right? First off, Las Vegas didn't disappoint. Shout out Las Vegas. Yeah, if you didn't know and you're living under a rock, there was a pretty important weekend in Las Vegas. And I know you guys all should know at this point. We have a channel for this, but I have to do it. Shout out to the new, undisputed light heavyweight champ of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford. Cheers. Let me tell you, that was a hell of a fight. And I tune in tomorrow night. The Knockout Canvas tomorrow night. We're definitely gonna get into that. This show today for me, it's not gonna be my usual show, right? I'm just gonna really highlight. As you can see, I'm late. It's all late, kids. Just got into town. Had a lot of issues, you know, trying to get everything situated home in a timely fashion in order to really put on a decent show. As far as the things that I did want to discuss. So what I will do though is I will look at the stats, right? We will talk, we'll talk offense, defense, it's just not going to be as thorough as I normally would due to travel. So it is what it is. Shout out to the Monday night game. I guess you can say everything was awesome. It was the first Monday night game at 7:00 ever. And that was a little strange in itself. Let me get some chapstick here before I start going into it. But before I do so, you guys know I like to try to write a little something. So, Raider Nation, welcome back to the Ultimate Raider Fan 32. Tonight, we are burning through the heat and the critiques because after Monday's night's tough loss to the Chargers, unfortunately, there's an awful lot to unpack. That's negative. Some, right? Positive. Well, not much positive. But something more we'll dig into a little bit here. Like I say, this will be a light show. I'll have something to make up for it. Turf and Rundown didn't happen last night. Shout out to my guy. So maybe we will add that to the show and, add a show to this week to make up for Monday since everybody was tuned in, obviously. But the scoreboard said 20-9. Chargers grabbed interceptions, stops, suffocated our defense. Our offense, my bad. We thought week to week might bring rhythm, but something glaring showed up in our offensive line, communication and execution. We're going to break it down, right? Our offense, what worked, what didn't, right? The defense, where we held, where we got exposed, And yes, special teams because they matter, especially when the offense stalls. So yeah. We'll also listen to what the critics and analysis, the analysts say. Fans outside of the silver and black, right? Our enemies, our colleagues, right? All those things, man. Because the pressure is real, man. It's week 2, and the expectations are rising. So finally, we'll close by looking at what must improve, right? Going into the game this week, short week for the Commanders, right? Especially up front, that offensive line, man. This is not, like I say, it's not going to be a normal show for your boy, but we are definitely going to get into it. Definitely get into it. I don't know where these things come from. Tired of streaming to zero. Oh. So, I did join Kick. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Probably not, because I don't think many people are on Kick just yet. But it's a new platform. Apparently, it's got something, as far as competition is concerned. So we'll have to look into it and see how it goes. But if you are on Kick, let your boy know as always. Yeah, and we'll jump into it. I love it. We got a Seattle Seahawks fan in the house, ladies and gentlemen. I already told you this show is probably going to go off the rails a little bit. In terms of me, right? I'm not. This is, yeah. But John Forreskin. Shout out to John Forreskin. Appreciate you for coming through, man. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. As a Seahawk fan, how are you liking Geno as a quarterback? It's been up and down, man. That's the honest truth. Up and down, right? Because I noticed, John, you didn't ask that last week, did you? Did you ask that last week, John? When he threw for 360 plus, right? All those good things, right? We only jump in, when you can gloat and glean, when your narrative and position is right. But John, where were you last week, man? Where was you at? Because I didn't see you talking about him last week. Now look, I may not be happy with Geno Smith, but he still is the leader of the Raiders right now. And I am going to support him regardless. I'm definitely going to criticize and speak up and be honest, blunt and upfront. All I'm saying, John, just make sure you bring that, when he does good, right? Because, look, I have to do it too, John. I have to bring myself to the front of the congregation, right? Like I did last week with Pete. Now I'm kind of feeling like, you know what? Maybe I did that a little too soon. Because in my eyes, Pete got out-coached. Shout out to John Harbaugh. We've been telling people John Harbaugh ain't no punk. We've been telling people John Harbaugh is about to get it in. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one right here. Like I said, we're not gonna get too heavy into it. This is one of those ones where I'm definitely gonna need some of my guys to have these conversations, man, and see what the chat has to say as well. So shout out to Damian Coles in the building, diehard fan. But I see us going 10-7 at best, or 7-10 at worst. Damian, I don't know, man. I don't know if you're going to take too kindly to Turf's guesstimate, if you will, as far as where I thought our season was going to be. Initially, I actually thought we were going to go 6-11, right? That's what I thought we were going to do, 6-11. I thought that was our ceiling. But then they started playing these games and shenanigans with the offensive line, moving a guard that's never played center, right? And then moving a center that's only pretty much been center and, an award winner in college, which we know doesn't mean much of anything because we have the best running back of this draft, right? Doesn't mean anything. We got the best running back of this draft. At least that's what they tell me. So I mean, hey, I like the optimism. I like the enthusiasm. Because 10-7 is playoffs. 10 and 10-7. That's playoffs, bro. I don't know if you understand playoffs. We're not getting to that. Hey, like I said, Damien, you might think Turf is a hater, et cetera, all that. I'm just gonna put this out there for you. For these first 3-4 years, I didn't miss a game, right? So trust me, I have been the one that's optimistic in the clouds, just trying to kind of get behind the team and not really, say much. But that's got to go away, man, if we want people to get better. We've had probably 20 coaches in the last 25 years. I mean, there's never going to be any consistency with that. So we're going to have to, we'll talk about it, though, man. We'll talk about it. We got Ramon or Raymond Garcia in the building. Superchargers. Look, man, I can't even be mad at y'all for this stuff. Chat lives matter. Let me move on over to where basically we are in this show, which is making sure we shout out everybody, man, and appreciate y'all for coming through and joining in and watching the show, and talking about these Raiders we love or your enemy, right? In terms of the people that are here with other teams, we still love the support, right? My girl, the first lady, Myra G in the building. Myra, this weekend was wild. Did anybody check on Chris? How about, man, there's too many people to check on. Too many people to check on from this trip. There was a lot of Raider fans. I got to tell y'all, for the first time ever, seriously, for me, and maybe, there were some of those other times that, maybe Turf was a little too inebriated. I don't know. We'll have to ask. But I don't ever recall our stadium sounding and looking like it did last night. Right. I have to admit that was a sight to see. And I'm going to tell you, I don't think it had anything to do with the fight. Maybe not, but I really don't think so. It was electric. It was electric. Unfortunately, the team wasn't electric at all, and it just was a bad situation. I'm not gonna lie. So it is what it is, man. We'll dive into it at some point throughout this week. I'm definitely gonna talk about my woes, if you will. So yeah, hang in there, John. Not to hate towards y'all, but Gino is king of mid. I hope he do better on the Raiders. I appreciate that, John, and I didn't take it as a hit. I just wanted to make sure, right? You always got to put that feeler out there, see the temperature, who you're engaging with, and so far you are looking very respectable, and I believe you. I don't think you have any hate at all. I think it was a very love-hate relationship with Gino, and a lot of y'all Seattle fans have come through, and y'all have been, how do you call it, sensitive to what we're about to go through. And I mean, hey, you said it, king of mid, man, and he's got to prove that's not the case. So until he does it, I don't know where to go with him on that one. But it's week 2. He's supposed to have the best stats indoors. It hasn't gone that way. So it's pretty ironic. You're the worst weather, probably one of the worst games in weather you're going to have all season at the opener. And you did your best. So we're going to have to figure that out, right? We'll have to figure that out. Gino, 100%. I got some frozen here. Here we go. My bad. Yes. Gino, 100%. Better than you. So stop that, but I like Gino as a rated. I do too, man. I'm going to continue to like him and obviously support him more than anything. Oh, not video. Let's start going into some issues here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me make sure. All right. If you can stay here in the chat, let me know. I am about to probably blow my computer up in some way, shape, or form. But looks like I got a little bit of a CPU issue right now. Give Turf a few seconds here. See if I can get this rectified. All right. There's always issues. When you're dealing with technology, ladies and gentlemen, let me see if I can get this. Let me see if I can get this to pick up a little bit. Confirm. Free up. All right. So, there it is. Hold on. Yeah. Disconnecting, reconnecting. There we go. But I think we are back to being good, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Yeah, we're back to cooking. We are back to cooking, and it's much better now. So, yeah, Fidel's Farm Life. Appreciate you for coming through, man. Hope you enjoy the show. I think Gino will bounce back. He showed promise in his first game. The real concern is that offensive line. And that is the key. That's the key to why, right? John, that's where I was coming from, John, I was coming from the terms of, we're getting on Gino, but in reality, this was definitely one of the worst performances of all time. In terms of our offensive line, it was abysmal. Last week, not even close to what we're looking at right now. So yeah, we're gonna have to look at that. We're gonna have to look into that. My guy ASAP Hood in the building, man. Appreciate you for coming through as always. Support Turf. Saw your video with the fans. Y'all look lit. I'm happy the nation is still repping loud and proud. Myra G, safe trips. Exactly. Safe trips to Myra G, because and whoever else is going to DC, because Turf is not. Turf is not going to DC. It's absolutely a great place. I mean, I recall my uncle living there for several years. We used to go visit. My wife's husband went to Howard, so just a lot of history in DC. And then DC chapter for Raiders, right, is one of the biggest chapters that's out in terms of true Raider Nation fans. So that's going to be a good one, man. Shout out to all of the Raider Nation that is going. I do know it's an awful lot. So be prepared. Be prepared. The homie Hector is in the building. Shout out to the homie Hector laughing. I think he's laughing at us. He's saying you've been thunderstruck. Yeah, you must be a bull. It's all good though, man. We enjoy. We welcome Thunderbolts, right? All of you other obnoxious fans, if you will. We're just as bad, so it's all good. Nah, seriously though, we appreciate y'all, man. Hope you enjoy the show. And yes, thank you, ASAP. Thank you. Please hit those likes for your boy, those thumbs up, and that subscribe button. But last but not least, the notification. And I have not been good lately with my notifications because I've been late a couple of shows, but it is honestly due to the travel, and I don't want to miss. I don't want to miss tonight's show. So, yeah, it's to be expected, right? First home game of the week. I mean, of the season on a Monday night. Yeah, it was tough to get home today. Yeah, homie the actor. Yep, it's all good. Harbor versus Carroll will be a rival to watch years to come. I don't know, man. Homie the Hector. I mean, the homie Hector. I don't know. I'm not so sure of that. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not so sure because our history says that we'll have another head coach in 2 years. That's what history tells me. So yeah, I wouldn't hang my hat on that, man. Yeah, I wouldn't hang my hat on that at all. We got Damon 10-7 only if Pete Carroll and Gino click. Last time they used Janty more, you draft a running back at 6, need to use him more, at least 18 to 25 carries a game. Yeah, I would agree with that, Damian, but oh Jesus, you guys are gonna hate me. I don't this whole Ashton Janty thing is absolutely gonna blow up in our face. It's just not gonna go well. It's not gonna go well. I'm just giving you guys the heads up now. I tried to do this easy. It's just not gonna go well. Turf, praise he's wrong, right? Just like I was happy about being wrong about the Patriots. Not wrong about this game. And this game went exactly like I expected. Think about it. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. We didn't lose nobody on our offensive line, and you see what that looks like. Jim Harbaugh lost his best offensive lineman a week before week 1. His best offensive lineman. You're talking Herbert's protector, that backside, left tackle. That line looked like it's been together forever. Even last week before we played them this week, everybody been saying that those Chargers look different. Something different with the Chargers. Well, now we know. I'm definitely pulling up these game stats because I'm gonna start diving into that stuff too. Because again, you got. I mean, and I get it, right? I get it. You guys, we all are complaining about the offensive line, right? So, what sense did it make to draft a running back at 6? What sense did that make? All the other good teams that draft at that position, and it's not always the sexy pick, usually do a whole lot better. And it shows, right? Speaking of the Chargers, who did the Chargers draft last year? Oh, nobody. Just a left tackle for the next decade, and his dad just so happens to be in the Hall of Fame. And they got, a decent line. They can go out and get an Omari and Hampton, whom I was shocked myself that they didn't give him the ball more, seeing that he averaged over 5 yards a carry. Has Ashton Janty averaged over 5 yards a carry yet? I paid attention to one of these other boys that I knew would be pretty good. Bashu Tootin. Shout out to Bashu Tootin. Virginia Tech kid. Wheels. I think he had a day. Check it out. Your boy Judkins. I think he had 6 carries, 60 yards. And that's something to also bring up. You know what I'm saying, Damien? This isn't the old league anymore. And the reality is you're not going to see guys getting 20, 30 touches a game, stay in the game, 3 down backs, no reprieve. You're just not going to see that anymore. Those days are over for several reasons. Now, I'll just tell you right now, if Janty If his style of running is to just continue to keep running people over, he's not lasting the season. He's not going to last the season. No running back, I don't care how big you are, is going to last the season welcoming contact, and that being your superpower on a consistent basis and expecting to uphold that. Now, hey, prove me wrong, right? Prove me wrong. That's what I would love to see. But that's the problem with picking Genty at 6, and you don't have an offensive line. Now you want to complain about that. You put the cart before the horse. That it doesn't make any sense. And the funny part about it, ladies and gentlemen, this is the best running back draft class of all time, in my opinion. We could have had 3. We could have probably gotten an undrafted free agent and picked up a guard and a tackle, if you will. Specifically a guard. I mean, we knew we had guard issues from day one. We've had guard issues for years. Dylan Palm, Jesus Christ. Oh, that was a piece of work. Man, I was in the front row. I didn't even see. This is just gonna be conversation based today. I'm not going through any of this. I'm not going through nice screens and no. It's just gonna get down to it. It was just an ugly game for us. It was an ugly game. Let me pull up some stats here. I won't pull them up on the screen. If you want to follow along, Turf is going to ESPN. I love their box. You know what I'm saying? Box score. How they go about showing it. And we're just going to dive into it. First and foremost, I want to dive into our numbers, which I can assure you we're abysmal, particularly on offense. Let me see. This is looking different. Gamecast. There we go. Wait. Looks like they done changed it up on me, man. They are 2-0 too. This is. Whoosh. I think the Chargers might be the best in our division, ladies and gentlemen. I know y'all don't want to hear that. But man, I don't understand why the box score isn't coming up the way I like it to. It's not showing me the stats. I'm accustomed to seeing it, right? Because, I think it's not working. So screw it. Let's go to NFL. Let's go to NFL.com. Let's go to the stats here. Not you think. NFL should and would have the best stats, if you will. All right, let's go. Oh, they are already at game week 2 here. Hold on. Let's go back to week 2. Here we go. I don't want to replay it. I just want the stats, man. Why are they making it so hard for Turf to get stats today? So this is what happens, though, when you're traveling and you don't get a chance to get your stuff set up, right? It happens. All right, let's go to stats. No. Games. Week 2. We want team stats. All right. No, I don't want this. I don't want this. Why does it keep doing that? Oh, man. You would think this would be much easier to do. Come on. Somebody let me know if the stats are, if it's not just me. And as far as the stats being screwed up on ESPN for this game, for the Raiders game. And here we go. Box score. Yeah, they don't have any of the numbers. Team stats. Let's see if this works. Yeah. Okay. Well, at least we can go to team stats. I'll look at team stats here for sure. So total plays. We actually were on the winning side. 65 plays, man. I thought we were a little light last week with only 58. So Add another 7, 8 plays, right? 7 plays to be exact. The problem, though, 218 yards for an average of 3.4 yards a play. Wait, that's just never going to cut it. It's never going to cut it. We passed for 150 yards. Gino was 24 of 43. Bro, yards per pass, 3.3. This is awful. Interceptions, though, 3. Bro, this had to be one of the worst days of his life. 3 sacks for 30 yards lost. I don't know what you say to that. Where do you go from there? Where do you go from there, man? I don't know. I really don't know. We got our guy Joshua Young in the building. Salute Joshua. Raiders. Much respect. Much respect to you as well, sir. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. What you think about the last outing? We're talking about it. We're going through the stats, man. And I'm just going through the team stats right now, but obviously with passing, it's going to particularly stick out an individual, right? And that's Gino. Bad day. Let's move on though, right? Because what I will say is our defense absolutely looks better than our offense. 100%. It's not even close in my eyes. And a lot of people had the impression that our offense would be better. It's not happening. We should have known better anyways. When you have a defensive-minded coach, you're always going to have a sound defense. Ladies and gentlemen, 20 points. You can still beat a team at 20 points. Holding a team to 20, particularly a team like this with the weapons they have, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. So, but let's keep diving in. Once again, an absolute abysmal, horrible day of rushing the ball. Right? 68 carries. Right? 68 yards rushing on 19 carries. That brings you to an average of 3.6 yards per carry. It's just not acceptable. Not going to be able to win anything. Not going to be able to do it. Not in this league. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So, I don't know. That's a tough stat. I can't get past it. And everyone wants to blame the offensive line. I think the person running the ball needs to have a little bit of blame as well. I get it, the line stinks, but I don't know, man. We'll just have to see. Turnover battle, they only had 1 fumble loss, man. 1 fumble loss to our 3 interceptions. Once again, if you're losing a turnover battle, right, should be preaching to the choir. You all know how that's going to work out. It's just not going to go well. Not going to go well in your favor at all. I want these stats. Now I want the box score, and I want it to be accurate. Hold on. FL box score for Raiders versus all right, let's see. All right, let's dive in here now. All right, here we go. Player stats. So, Justin Herbert was 19 of 27 for 242 yards and 2 TDs. Outstanding day. 9 rushes, 31 yards. He did pretty well there. Yeah, they did what they did. It is what it is. Let's move on to our side. Ashton Jeanty had 11 carries. So 11 of those 19 carries were given to Ashton Jeanty. 43 yards, averaged almost 4 yards is per carry with 3.9. Go figure, Geno Smith, our quarterback, who is running for his life, had a better average, 5 carries for 20 yards, right? And averaging 4. Trey Tucker had 1 carry. You know, Zamir White had 2 carries for -2 yards. Wow. I got a question. Why do they keep trying this kid? And don't get me wrong, because clearly we saw that they brought in uh, Dylan Lowby, which I was surprised. And I'll give it to him. He looked good. You know, only had a couple of plays, but he looked great. It looked great running, catching passes out of the backfield, I believe. He caught 2 of them, averaging 8 yards a carry. So, yeah, I thought that was great. But he didn't get any rushing touches. Only 2 people outside of Ashton Janty and the quarterback, what you're going to expect, obviously, just as a quarterback to, use themselves of sacks and so forth. They're going to have some rushes. But I believe it's time to give somebody else a chance to run the ball. I know. Y'all don't think I'm crazy, man. It's too soon. Well, it was too soon to pick a premier offensive player and a running back when you don't have the offensive line to back it up. It's too soon. So, I mean, hey, I don't know what else you want me to say about that. But let's look at the receiving side of things because this is starting to get interesting. Jacoby, 68 yards off of 6 receptions. Most of all Raiders. More yards of all Raiders. Pay that man his money. What are we doing? Seriously, why are they not paying this man? Can somebody tell me why they are not paying this man? Why not? King Flow 22 in the building. Appreciate you for coming through, man. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hey, dude, I really enjoyed your stream. I would like to join your next stream with friends. Add me on Discord. Monetization. I bet you all of this is coming from Kick. I'm not sure. But we don't mind it. We do not mind it. We'll take all of it as we move forward in this journey. In these YouTube streets, man, let me keep going because I'm definitely going to hard stop here in a few. And like I said, don't worry. We are definitely going to break this down. You're going to get more of an accurate understanding of my thoughts and feelings on this. Right now, I'm just trying to get this out and not get myself canceled. This is a bad one. There's just some things I'm just like, Jesus Christ. This offensive line thing is really bothering me. And picking Janty at 6 with no offensive line, it's really bothering me. And people trying to make excuses for this stuff, it's really bothering me. It's bothering me. You can't make excuses for this stuff, man. It's just, you just can't. Anyways, I digress. Hey, Brock Bowers right behind Jacoby Myers. You would expect that. 5 receptions, 38 yards. Dante Thornton Jr. 1 catch, 20 yards. Lowby, 2 catches, 17. Zamir White, 2 catches, 15 yards. Trey Tucker, 3 catches, 12. Went from having a great week to non-existent. Is that the offensive line? Is that Geno not having time? Geno got beat up this game, right? So Michael Mayer, 2 catches, 9 yards. Ashton Janty, 3 catches, 1 yard. Whew, boy. All right. Look, defense is it's where we are. I'm just going to leave it at that. We are going to win or lose defensively. There's no way around it. We're not getting a tackle that's going to come and save us. We're not getting a guard. Oh, God, we're not getting a guard anywhere. Who knows what the deal is in terms of JPJ coming back? I don't know. It's a lot, man. It's a lot going on. But we should be proud of our defense. Look, Guys, we first play of the game. We give the Chargers the ball on what, our 20, 30? They only scored 20 points, man. We had 3 interceptions. They only scored 20 points, man. 20 points. So you look, can't. You just can't. Look, special teams too, because that's the only reason we even had those 9 points. And you need special teams to do well, right? Trey Tucker had 1 return for 15 yards. Shout out to Trey on that one. Daniel Carlson, best player on our team. 3 for 3, longest, 54-yarder. 9 points total, man. He was the whole squad. The whole squad. You already know AJ Cole is the second best player on our team. And 2 punts, 114 yards, averaged 57. 1 inside the 20. So, I mean, that's the strength of our team. It's our special teams and defense. Absolutely the strength. It's not even a question. You can do the research yourself if you like, but that's on you, man. Just another DJ in the building. What's cracking, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. I did not see you, man, and I thought you were going to be there. I was looking for everybody, honestly, really. But we had everybody was there. So sorry I missed you, man. Maybe I'll catch you at another one this year. It all depends. It really does depend. Another DJ, but I'm feeling what you were feeling this preseason about the Raiders 7-10. Yeah, that's ceiling. That's one game better than I thought. One game better than I thought. And yes, just another DJ. Unfortunately, my gun behind was sitting right at the 45-yard line, front and center, with nothing obstructing my vision, which was why this game was so. Our offensive line is, ooh, bro. Dylan Parham, bro, just go get another job, bro. That was terrible performance. I mean, our best performer was a guy that's never played the position he's playing, and that's our center. So, shout out to Sean R in the building. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Gino is a bum. They should trade for Sanders. Sure. I don't even know what to say. Sanders is not going to help us right now. Our problems are way too rooted. I mean, we need players too. We have no depth. We have no line. We have no depth. We have no line. Because of the experience and savviness of the defensive side of our front office, I think you're going to see strong D. I loved what I saw defensively. Guys were in the right places. You saw some great plays just on the scheme and people trusting each other and doing their job. That was what was the most enlightening thing to look at. That whole entire game, man. It was the only thing that made sense. Watching the defense, seeing them play well, with that bend but don't break mentality, right? That is, I believe, the Pete Carroll way. And I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem with, 5 field goals, 8 field goals. Yep, we'll do it that way before we go the other route, right? So I'm okay with it, man. Oh man, it's just this is a tough one to swallow because of the way that people played, particularly offensively. And that's the thing. I mean, how can you not get up for the home opener in your own home with that crowd too? Shout out to the Raider Nation, man, and all the fans that came through to this game. It was the best that we've ever had. It was the best that we ever had, and in fact, we absolutely had home field advantage for the first time for the first time ever in my life. And if my boy watched my show, he would know that I'm on my show right now, live and center, Curtis Douglas. I'm on my show. Thank you. I hope you home safe. I can't hear you because I know you can hear me. I'm not. Yes, I'm talking to him because he keeps calling. Yeah, I hope he made it home safe, my dude. What a blast. Yeah, it's my guy. We went to the fights, we went to the games. It was an epic weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Epic weekend. I had a party in my condo and wasn't even there. I hit you back, Kurt. Oh yeah, yeah. No. I had a party in my condo and wasn't even there. How do you do that, right? Shout out to 805 Roller. Cheeto Linus. Protect the Shield podcast. And the Severe Rodent. Yo, my dog Severe is. Severe is dope. Severe is dope for a lot of reasons. That's my dude, man. I forgot who my boy Kurt. What was you calling Severe? I forgot what he kept. Blaze or something. I forget. I don't know. Anywho, long story short, the weekend was epic, ladies and gentlemen. The weekend was epic. There was a lot. There was a lot going on everywhere, and it was a complete blast. All I know is Mexico was in the building. In the building. And it was ridiculous. Ridiculous. We got the hardest working man in business. My nephew, the way to run down. What up, Punk? Appreciate you for coming through. As always, my dude, hope you enjoy the show. I hope we have our show this week. You know we got rundown. You know we got to chop it up on this. I couldn't do it tonight. I want to make sure I'm prepared for what I really want to say in a lot of these things, as well as go through my usual that I did not get to do due to travel. And this one guy that just showed up, the Mariachi 512 in the building, Gabriel Chavez. Appreciate you for coming through, my guy. I hope you enjoy the show. I met this man and his lovely wife, who happens to be Raider fans, on the way back. And I'm so glad I did meet you. I can't wait to get you up here, Gabriel. Right? All you need is a camera, computer, laptop. He talks ball, and he talks ball well. He knows ball well. So appreciate you. We'll definitely chop it up, man. I'm glad you're here on the show. And yeah, we will definitely discuss. Definitely discuss. Thank you. My better half. Titletown Sports Talk. Spence in the building. Defense looked great. I agree, Spence. I agree, man. I absolutely agree. You need to scheme Myers open in a game like that and get Besh on the field. Come on, Spence. You talking too much sense, man. Talking too much sense, man. The Raiders don't do sense. We do nonsense, right? Like moving centers to guards and guards to centers. I digress, man. I don't want to run Gabriel off. Gabriel's going to be like, man, I just met this guy, but he's a Debbie Downer, right? Boo. This guy's too negative. I'm not, man. I promise you. I'm one of the most positive and optimistic guys ever. But at some point, we got to start getting realistic, right? And that's where I'm at with it, Gabriel. So hang in there with me, man. We'll have better times, man, and I appreciate that. Nice to meet you at the airport and on the way back to Austin. I second that, man. I'm not going to be going to as many games as I'm not going to be going to much many more at all. So hopefully if you guys hit high five where the black hole, I believe that is the official bar. I do know that we have a pretty good outing, man. I went once for an away game. I went once to High Five Entertainment in Austin. And it's a Raiders bar. It's all decked out Raiders. But it's fire, man. It's fire. And I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more of that this year. So, Yep. Definitely doing a lot more of that. Man, Duffy Edits in the building. What's up, bro? Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Name a player for edit. Name a player for edit? Name a player for edit. I don't get it. You got to give me a little more context, my guy. Just a little bit of more context. Yes, Gabriel. 100%. Now look, see, because I am going to start some rumors and things. Because this whole offensive line thing, this has got me in a bunch. I'm just letting y'all know. I think it's what killed us, man. I think it's what's already killed the start of this season is the fact that they want to play games. So, Gabriel, do you know what I've heard as to why JPJ is on the injury list? I heard it was because the man asked for aspirin because he had a headache. You can't make this stuff up, man. Ask for Smadville, put him on the inactive. Just look at Gabriel. That's what I'm saying. We have to start being honest and open-minded about the stupid stuff that we do. I mean, even with Jacoby Myers right now, we don't even have a number one wide receiver. He is our best wide receiver, period, point blank. He's not asking for top dollar. He's not asking for everything. He just wants his fair share, and they won't pay. I don't get it. I don't get it. But JPJ shouldn't even be playing guard to begin with. That's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. It really is. It is big time part of the problem. And you have your best graded guard last year, right? Playing center. Yeah, they said it was a concussion. But I'm telling you what I was told through the grapevine is, I got a headache. Let me get some Advil. Oh, nope. You're on the So the other thing too is, and I don't know if you hear these rumblings or hear these things behind closed doors as well, but a few of the rookies, as well as some of the first players, first year players, second year players, got put in the doghouse by the front office across the board. As I just stated with Jack Besh, it's not making any sense. We have no wide receivers. Why is Jack Bush not out there? Why is, you know what I mean? Why aren't we trying to make some combinations happen? You know why? Again, from my understanding, Jack Bush and any other second rounder, right, who push the limits of holding out, if you will, for more money, are in the doghouse. They're in the doghouse. They won't play. They're treating them the way they're treating them. You just think about it, guys. JPJ was clearly our best player on that offensive line, that center position, at the end of that year. And obviously he did something to get in the doghouse. And now we're paying for it. See, I'm flip-flopping back and forth. I had to bring myself to the front of the congregation last week because of, the way that Pete Carroll outcoached Mike Vrabel. Shout out to Pete Carroll on that, man. You did a hell of a job. You outcoached Vrabel in their house in the worst weather. You know what I'm saying? So, great job. That's why I had to say, look, where I looked at Pete Carroll grab-assing, right, and, tackling dudes on the field. He knew what he was doing, but I didn't take it for that. I didn't look at that perspective. I looked at it as in what I just said, and I didn't like it because I saw the other perspective in Mike Vrabel and the Patriots, and, they were getting after it. But then after the game, I realized, you know what? This guy is wise, man, and he's going to make proper decisions, right? That's going to help this team win games. And that's exactly what he did last week. But all of that ish went out the door this week, man. What was that? What was that? Gabriel, I have questions about Pete Carroll's son being our offensive line coach. Who are you telling? Because is he making these decisions? And if he is, Pete's allowing it. So it all falls on Pete at the end of the day. But that's part. These are my problems, Gabriel. Like I can't keep just brushing this stuff under the rug and saying, "Hey, yeah, let's go," and be all cheery. I can't do it. I can't do it. Yep. Pigs. Shout out to Pigs in the building. What's up, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through as always. Hope you enjoy the show. JPJ's biggest red flag was not playing under control. You are so correct. And that's actually what a lot of us Raider fans loved. We needed that nastiness to come back, if you will. And he played with that passion, and it was definitely a thin line with where he was going with it. But I don't know, man. And I get it. I get it, DJ. You are right. Again, everybody's right with these things that they're saying. He has a history of concussions, so I get it. I get that part. I'm just letting y'all know what I was told through the grapevine. Concussion or not, if the man asks for Advil, I don't think it should be taken out of the game, right? But hey, they know better than I do. I definitely don't know. Yeah, we'll have to look at that, man. We'll have to look at that and see how that turns out. We'll see how that turns out. Yes, DJ. I'm telling you, bro. That's what I'm saying. And then Jack Rush not playing because he's in the doghouse. And by the way, he actually didn't hold out, meaning he didn't, participate in anything. That was just his agent doing his job for him. He appeared in everything he was supposed to. But he's in the doghouse. He's in the doghouse. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Yeah, I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling. Gabriel, you're right. And that is the problem. That's what I keep saying. He is literally our number one wide receiver. And you guys know how I feel about Jacoby Myers. I love Jacoby Myers, but he's not even a superstar number 2. He's not a top 10 number 2 wide receiver. Top tier number 2. I shouldn't say top 10. He's definitely going to be in the top 10 as far as number 2 wide receiver, but not top tier. You know what I mean? As they say, he's not going to be in that upper room. It's just not going to happen. We're seeing it now, to be honest, because he is our number one wide receiver. He's doing well. He just doesn't put up right. He's not Neighbors, right? He's not, right? You don't get me started, and Neighbors isn't a number 2, but I've done that conversation. We can revisit it whenever you guys would like. But trust me, when you start to look at the top number 2 wide receivers in the NFL, Myers is right under it. So, and I think that's also one of their quote-unquote reasons for not wanting to give him the money. And in fact, a lot of us believe that they picked up Cooper as his replacement. I don't. It's the Raiders, man. That's what I'm saying. At some point, man, we got to be real about it because I don't like the way that they treat players, particularly stars, which is why they won't come here. Good luck trying to get another superstar like a Devontae Adams, Wilkins. It's just not going to happen. Look at how they got treated. And again, you guys have to see these. I need you to look at the perspectives from every angle. It's not just ours as the fans. It's not just the owner's perspective as in you take days off. And it's all of those perspectives, but particularly on the player side. You just have to take a peek. I promise you, it's going to be seen in a different light. All I can tell you is that if I were a superstar, there's no way on God's green earth I'm coming to the Las Vegas Raiders. Are you kidding me? So you can just destroy my career. I name any good player that's come here and anything good happened for him. And the wildest thing about this, you ask any player, even if they were never a Raider, if you ask any player that's actually played a single down in the NFL, they are going to tell you the Raiders are the best alumni team to ever play. As an alumni, you get treated like the way you should have been treated as a player, and it doesn't make any sense at all. I have receipts. I have proof. Look, I it just so happens that I have them all. These are all the signatures from the players. You know what I'm saying? Like they go on, man. They and we're there for them. I mean, it's just a lot. It's a lot that goes on with these right here. You know, in these rooms, you get all of these, man. The players love it. They feel love. Right, their days are over. It's it. Why can't we do that when they're with the team? Why? Why can't we do that when they're with the team? John Thompson, finally someone that agrees with me. He's purely a number two and not even an elite number two. I'm not picking on the guy. I'm not. This is not me. Look, I would have loved for him to be a epic number two wide receiver. It's just that's not what we've seen ever. Whether it was at the Patriots or here. And I get it. Hasn't had the best luck with quarterbacks. We get it, right? We get it. Yep, we get it. We get it. All right, Puck one. Here we go. Here we go with these. I guess I don't know what I'm gonna call you. What's the point of being a Raiders fan if y'all win a Super Bowl since 1984? Seriously, dude. What's the point of being a Raider? Who's your team, Puck? Who's your team? PK, you see what? Enlighten me. Let me know who your squad is, because I'd love to know. I'm assuming you're going to say someone that's right got plenty of Super Bowls, right? I'll let you think on that and come back to it, man. User 399 around the building. Bolt gang in the building. Hey, appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Hey, I actually do have a little bit of a friendship, if you will, I would say, right, with our division foes. If we can't win it, I'd like to see one of our division foes win it. Absolutely. Sometimes there's only one team that I won't allow to win it. If it's up to me, anyways, that's the Denver Donkeys. It's the only team in our division that can't do something. Everybody else, I'm cheering for you, but the Donkeys, I can't do that one. I can't do that one. Yeah, I can't do that one. So, yeah, I'm starting to wind this down today because, like I said, I mean, my mind is right. That's not a real fan. Yeah, my mind is. I'm still trying to process too, to be honest. Right, this is. I feel like it's going to be an up and down season, exactly like this, and I think you're going to get a lot of this. Coaches did great this game, and maybe not so great the next. I'm just so shocked that he allowed Harbaugh to outcoach him like that. What are y'all thoughts? Do y'all think that he got outcoached? I feel like Pete Carroll got outcoached. Yeah. I think he got outcoached 100%. And yes, John Thompson, same thing over here. I think it's pretty obvious. I'm a Raider till I die. This stuff ain't going nowhere. So, yeah. But I'm going to talk about my team realistically now, moving forward, 100%. I can no longer have my head in the clouds and just constantly be optimistic and act like everybody loves everybody does so well, and we like everybody in the front office. I can't do it. I have to be vocal. I mean, win and shut me up. You know what I mean? That's how I should start winning and shut me up. Winning cures all. Tell them, Raider 24 Nation. What's up, Nation? Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, winning cures everything. It cures it all. And you won't have, right? That's why I say you won't have anybody having any of these conversations about Gino being terrible, right? That's why I told John, right? Hey, as long as you come in when Gino is scorching, and I have no problem with you coming when it's time for himself to be brought to the front of the congregation, if you will, man. So it is what it is, man. We got Go Broncos in the building. Imagine getting beat by Chargers, Bronco country. You know what, Go Broncos? That's hilarious you say that, because I absolutely believe y'all are 100% going to get beat by the Bolts. So get ready. That's a good matchup, too. That, what saves you is your defense. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to our guy you got from our hometown here in Pflugerville. Still can't believe y'all got my guy, man. But y'all got a defense. I'm going to give you that. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be real tough. And yes, we appreciate you, Raider 24 Nation. Had to stop by and update the nation. After 18 days, our baby girl came home from the hospital. Raider Nation, salute the newest Raiderette, Jasmine Rain. Bro, congratulations. That's awesome. And you're raising her right already. I like it. Make sure you get that cheerleading outfit and all. We love our Raiderettes. You already know. John, there's no way. There's no way. Oh, you're talking about the Broncos. Yes. If you're talking about the Broncos, yes, I agree with you. And Go Broncos says y'all hate. Nah. Well, for one, y'all don't have an easy schedule either. Y'all do not have an easy schedule. And I believe I have y'all sweeping us. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I have us beating anybody in our division. I know. I told you. I'm being honest about it up front. I don't think I have us winning a game in our division. But now I'm starting to see that a little different. And the honest truth is, the Chiefs are down bad, ladies and gentlemen. The Chiefs are down bad, and we're going to have to see. We're going to have to look at that. I get it. I'm never counting that guy out. I'm never going against that guy. We know who I'm talking about. But, yeah, I think that it's time to strike. And I think that the Chiefs are in trouble. They're missing too many pieces. And by the time they get those pieces back, truth is, though, they got Andy Reid, man. These dudes plug and play. Yeah, who knows? I don't put nothing past the Chiefs, ever. Never have, never will. Until, they got beat this year, but last year, but you know what I mean. You got to beat the man to beat a man. So, till somebody on this side beats them and then actually takes the crown, yeah, at least they're the king of the AFC. And that's just being realistic. It's not hating. It's not, you know what I mean? None of that stuff. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to let Go Broncos have a little something here. Where you say, we so good, we don't have to have good schedules. Okay. Well, I wouldn't consider an 8-win team being that good. And I think that's going to be your you might make the playoffs. You might. I don't know. It depends. I think you're going to have some problems with your quarterback. never ever liked your quarterback. So never ever liked your quarterback. Deal with it. You know what I mean? I think eventually y'all will see. Even with Gino, I think y'all got the worst quarterback in this division. Right? Nobody's gonna argue Patrick Mahomes. I clearly think Herbert is right below him. You know what I mean? You got Bo Nix and Gino. I think Gino is above Bo Nix. Absolutely. I would take Gino over Bo Nix every day of the week, twice on Sundays. But that's me, man. That's how I see it. Some people may like other quarterbacks. I don't know. All I know is I don't think Bo Nix is going to be that guy. Hey, I said the same thing about JJ too. So over there in Vikings world, I say a lot of stuff I'll have to bring myself to the front of the congregation on to make sure I'm fair. And I'm holding myself accountable, unlike some people that want to act like they're always right about people. It doesn't work that way, ladies and gentlemen. I can assure you that you're going to be wrong. Please believe it. You are absolutely going to be wrong in some way, shape, or form at some point. It's just the way it goes. But hey, knock yourself out if you want to. You want to tell people you're never wrong. It is what it is. This is football. But like I said, this actually wasn't a short one. Now that I think about it, yeah, this was actually. Why does it say it's only 26 minutes? That's interesting. Yeah, I had a little. Oh, yeah, I had troubles today. That's right. I had technical difficulties because I didn't have my computer plugged in, so it started failing in certain areas as far as power is concerned. But you learn something new about these things every day. Tomorrow, again, if you are a boxing, MMA, sports, combat fan, do not miss Professor T. Not Turf, but Professor T. And my better half, the one and only Coach Angelo Reyes. That is tomorrow night, 10 o'clock sharp. Oh, boy. I got merch. I got all kinds. You do not want to miss the show tomorrow night if you are a boxing fan. What a doozy. What a treat. I've died and gone to heaven in terms of me being able to see my favorite fighter of all time, not once, but twice in mega fights. Spence, and now this one, which is obviously his biggest ever and probably will be his biggest ever. The man just took down the whole country. So you want to tune in for that tomorrow. I'm telling you, tomorrow is going to be special for that show. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will tune in too. And then, man, again, Thursday, dead in the water. We will be watching Thursday night's game. I forget who it is. But we will be starting when that game starts sharp. Obviously, we'll be talking ball. We'll talk a little bit of everything, right? We'll talk about boxing. We'll talk about, WNBA. I believe they are in the playoffs right now as well. Shout out to those Aces. Shout out to those Las Vegas Aces, baby. Get another chip. Get another chip for the city, man. You know what I mean? Let's get another chip. But yeah, we got Dead in the Water on Thursday. I'm going to find a way, somehow, some way, to jump back in on Fridays. Yeah, I'm going to jump back in on Fridays somewhere, somehow. I hope. I'm not going to lie to y'all, though. This Friday might not be it. Turf need a little break. We'll see. Yeah. TRS, the Raider Syndicate. We're going to get a show. We're going to get a show going. I don't know if we'll get one this week. After the weekend, minus, Robot Rundown, as we starting to call him. Robot Rundown. Yeah, a lot of people haven't met him yet. I'm the only one. I'm literally the only one out of the crew. I'm the only one that can vouch that he's actually a real human. Shout out to my dog, man. Yeah, like I say, man, I would normally, y'all know how I do. I normally have the stats pulled up, all this good stuff. I actually had a whole new setup too. But anywho, you'll get to see that next week, right? Maybe we have a guest, maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to, feel our way out and see if anybody wants to jump on camera with me for the next Ultimate Raider fan show. But yeah, this has been a good one. Again, apologies for the delay. Turf was coming back, had some technical difficulties getting home. And yeah, we made it happen, though. We made it happen. And yeah, we will continue to make it happen. But don't forget, I'm telling you, check us out tomorrow night. But until then, Raider Nation, Turf is out. Peace.
Think you're supposed to you big buck.